Another week, another podcast from your favorite duo. It's the Afrobeats Weekly podcast. If this is your first time listening, welcome. This is the podcast on all things Afrobeats. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for checking us out. Before we get into this episode, we always do this around this time, all the time. I need you guys to please rate and review the podcast. It helps us engage with us, helps us grow, helps us get noticed. So as you're listening from your favorite app right now, leave that 5-star rating and comments. We'd really appreciate that. Thank you guys very much for tuning in once again. On today's episode of Afrobeats Weekly, it's 2 for the price of 1. We have Victony's Stubborn and Olamide's Ikigai album reviews. And as usual, new songs, spoiler of the week, turntable charts, eliminates, and all that other good stuff. How was your week? What's going on?
Yeah, it was good. It's been a while. Not like really a while, but
one missing episode is a while in podcast. In the podcast space. And they always drag us. If I came every lot of us say, how far, guys? Udus to come with my DM and say, guys, what's going on? Shout out to you guys. They're always keeping us on our toes, man. Sometimes it's just the apple with this podcasting. Anyways, yeah. How far now?
Yo, man, I'm good. How you doing, man?
Not too bad. Hectic week. For every time I stepped out this week, I encountered traffic. I don't know if it was the gods of traffic that swore for me. And I was in one of those 5-hour traffic. I always people tweet about like yearly when rain falls.
Damn.
When I just entered, I was like, you know what? I've escaped this traffic for like over 15 years that I've been staying on this axis. It's my turn today. It was just crazy. Like I won't spoke for like an hour. We'll move like 2 minutes. Spend another hour. That lucky was just, and I think it was the day of Davido's wedding too. So I wonder how you guys did it, man. Yeah, on Tuesday.
Oh, yo, big what was the hashtag again? Chivido.
Yeah, I think I think so. Chivido 24.
Chivido? Is it Chivido or Chivi? Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah,
Shout out to them. Shout out to the newly married couple. Everything was just after I was online that day, of course, because luckily I wasn't driving, but I was still feeling the effect of. So I was just online and I was just laughing at all the commentary and all the videos and everybody that wanted to be there and everybody that was there. It was like a carnival, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, it looked crazy, man. It looked crazy. Oh yeah. So last weekend I was at the Chris Brown concert.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, and we had it went good. You know, our style opened up for him, and it was good. It was good to watch her on the big stage. You know, that was dope. I mean, like always, you know, it's a bigger crowd, so of course everybody's there for like Chris Brown, but we still have the people in there that, you know, Afrobeats.
Yes, so for sure.
We were on our feet for
exactly. Extension anyway.
Yo, first of all, we'll get to that part later. But I'm just saying, like, I started, like, you know, performing, like, you know, we had a couple of us on our feet because we got to stand up for Sabi Girl. So yeah, man, she rocks. Beautiful set. Did really good. I think she did like 5 songs or 6 songs. Yeah, she did good. And then Chris Brown came and did his own thing. He had like a 4. His set was like 4 parts, so he could go and change.
Did he float from the sky this time?
He did everything. He floated. He didn't get hooked. He landed well. So he did like fire. His set was fire, air, water, and land.
So what's that supposed to like? How is that? Is it like songs with fire? The set will be filled with fire. I don't understand.
Yeah, the set would literally be filled with fire. The air was like kind of like slow. Air or water, whichever one was kind of slow. The other one, you know, movement. But when it got to the land, which is Earth, whichever you want to call it, Captain Planet.
Dancing Ivy.
It was strictly just Afrobeat. That was his Afrobeat sets.
That's Afrobeat sets.
That was his Afrobeat set. That's where he threw in, like, you know, the Davido tracks. That's where he threw in Sensational. That's where he threw in. That's where he threw in the one.
Yeah.
all that was in that set. So yeah, man, it was 2 hours of him just straight dancing. Yo, man, nobody's touching this boy. Nobody touching him at all.
I said it. Next to the greatest, I think he's the greatest, but conversations for another day.
Yeah. So it was
only
good, man.
Two people I rate above him. One is dead and one is in jail. So let me just leave it at that. Yeah, got RV. One is dead and one is in jail, and then there's Chris Brown. That guy is super, super duper talented, man.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that was pretty much it, man.
Yeah. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Let's move on to fan mail. We have fan mail this week. This one says I didn't get the name. I think I skipped when. I didn't skip it. They said the name, but sorry, whoever you are. This was totally my fault. I didn't put the name anyway. Sorry. I'll get it. By the time you are talking, I'll give you. I'll go back to the mail and go and check the name. Anyways, this is Tunde at Showontstop. Greetings from Benin City. I hope this email finds you well. I want to express my appreciation for your dedication to keeping us updated on the latest music releases every Monday. Your efforts are truly commendable. I have a quick question. Who are the big three female Nigerian MCs in your opinion? I'm curious to know your thoughts on this. Thank you, and I wish you both a great week ahead. We wish you a great week ahead too. Should I go first?
You go first.
Okay. So for me, when you send this question, I was first thinking, is it new school? If it's new school, then I know nothing about this Nigerian female MCs. I know. I tried, but I haven't gotten it today. But this was a difficult list for me to put together. I don't even know if I put together a list, but not to sound myso or anything like that. But I can't even think of any female MC that has impressed me enough to say that this is a clear number one or a clear number two, a clear number three. There are a lot of good ones, but in terms of I'd say longevity, memorable verses, the criteria which we judge MCs on, this one was difficult for me to come up with. But I scratched my head and I came up with Sasha, Eva, and Kel. I know some people will be like, Blaze is very lyrical, but for me, she didn't do enough body of work wise or being visible wise for me to really put her up there. So I think Sasha, Eva, and Kel, when at the height of when the female MCs were up there, they had good enough singles. They were there. The bars were there. They were in the conversation. So for me, I'd say Sasha, Eva, and Kel for my top three. I no in no particular order because I can't. I don't know how to order it, but yeah, Sasha, Eva, and Kel for me.
Yeah, that's a great list. I think that makes sense. Just the fact that, as always, Blaze should have been there, but clearly no body of work. I don't think she had a body of work, or maybe so not enough, buddy. So yeah, I would agree with it. To be honest, it's the same thing. If that's a criteria, you have to have body of work, enough body of work.
I was thinking about it. I was just like, you know what? It's not even really their fault per se. It's just the Nigerian system just didn't.
It was the market, man. It was just the market.
It just didn't. Was even up till now that it's just not that the girlies, the new era girlies have started to lead. It wasn't accepting of the females too much. Talking of female MCs. So I guess, and whatever it is they were facing at that time, which was is that story to tell. But it's just one of those things that happen. I feel like now if we had this caliber of MCs now, probably they would be bigger. I don't know. Because
I think
it's kind of
you said it right there. Yes, I think right now, if they were in the game, if they were consistently in the game, if this was the period that they were dropping stuff, I believe they would have their market, have their nice niche where they're performing to people.
Yeah, exactly.
Constantly. I think the only person that's really spitting I won't say like if she's even really spitting. It's like life size steady. I think she raps.
She raps, yes.
Isn't she? She raps.
Yeah,
exactly.
she raps, but so let me give you one gist, which I don't. Let me say the gist. So just say the gist. So I had this interview like maybe I don't know last month or last 2 months, sure, a couple of months ago with Maven. Like they did this. If you want to do it, and I'll send a video. I sent my video. They picked me. I did the interview. Then they were now asking me, normal stuff, normal questions, which I think I killed and everything. Because when it comes to music, say I could just spit like say I sabi everything. So they now ask me how far. They're like, I don't know what brought the example of me using what's her name, Life Size Steady. So not like Life Size Steady, for example. I feel like she's not properly a nerd, because she came in the game as a spitter, like a laripo, like I spit, I rap. This is what I do. But the singles have now been like record label singles, which there's nothing wrong. Yeah, record label, commercial, that sound, everybody wants what's there. But like there's a formula I think can work with this babe, and it's just rap, find another person on the chorus and sing. It has worked for all the MCs I know that have been in quotes commercial. MI has done a working formula. SC has done a working formula. Name anybody that's that raps that people love. That's this person can spit. Rapper, then get a babe on the chorus and sing. Like I think that's the only thing wrong with her. She had a decent EP, like two EPs, and I really liked them. But I was like, I just needed enough bars. So it's like she has enter that record label, is it whirlwind they call it, of wanting to change her style a bit. But again, you never can say what is cooking. So so that's the gist I have regarding the babe lifestyle style.
Yeah, I mean it does make points. It does make a point, and maybe she's trying to also keep the bag completely. Just making sure that she can rap and sing at the same time. You never know.
And again, sometimes, like all these people is just they rap because they kind of like have to, but maybe they really want to make music. But like, I just like this rap. So when you get to where you can make music, and they're like, do what you can. Let's see what you
want to do. Exactly.
Yeah, and you experiment. The first 2 bodies of work have been pretty experiment. Singing and everything. So it's just so once I get introduced to you as a rapper, for me, my brain, I always want to see you rap. I'm already boxed you. I'm already boxed you. Just the rap for me, they go. But yeah, hopefully she gets it right. I know she's with like the Maven team, and they always, 9 times out of 10 gets it right with all these guys. So yeah.
Shout out to her, man. Shout out to her.
So yeah, I think her and I can't remember, this girl has been stuck in my brain and just left now. She's like a millennial kind of rapper, if I remember again. But yeah, Lifestyle Steady and quite a few people are rapping, but none of them are up there yet to get mainstream attention.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anyways, don't forget to send us messages. We read your fan mails at fanmail@afrobeatspod.com. That's AFROBATSPOD.com. This week I was looking for news. I don't see any news where they make the rounds. It was only OBO video that was everywhere. The wedding, the online chatter, then the wedding, the other wedding followed. So enter the Davido wedding. Then Twitter was just upside down, left, right.
Yo, man, it was a wedding week. It was a wedding week.
It was a wedding week where all the wedding gist is still going on up till now. So
did you catch any like clips from the Burner concerts?
Oh yeah. It's the same old thing. I don't know if I was angry, or by this time we should be used to it. The stands that will, like before the wedding, before the concert to start. It didn't sell out. Oh, this place is empty. Then when the concert started, he's singing. This half is empty. There's nobody here. He will say it's sold. I'm like, Jesus, must we go through this sellout? Not selling out. Bro, I must go through it all the time. But it seemed like a pretty, like all the hashtags and all the burner search I was checking, I think they all had a good time. It brought a lot of people out. Shea Vibes, Udumodu, Omale, Who else did I see? I saw a lot of guys there, sha. So it seemed like everybody had a good time. I think what's his name, Mr. Funny? What's that guy's name? Sabinus opened up for him, came out. He ended with last. Everybody just seemed like they had a good time to me. So, and I mean, we've said it on this show. It's something we've associated to him. Killed the stadium, killed the arena. It's nothing he hasn't done before. So,
yeah, man. This was basically. I mean, I would say like it was the highlight of the capping up of all the shows that occurred this weekend.
Yeah,
I think Ashake had the Afro Nation sets as well. That looked so dope. Thames earlier in the day was at Glastonbury, which is kind of funny because I mean, I think this was exactly how many years ago that Jay-Z was there. I remember like when that was the first time like Jay-Z headlined that stage, and they were like, "Oh no, it should be only rock artists only."
I knew that guitar thing. Was that it?
Exactly. It should be only rock artists only, and all of a sudden, how many years later, an Afrobeat artist is, well, I mean, technically.
It does seem like happening. Those Glastonbury people, whatever, no genre where they don't the vibe to.
As in, right now, exactly. The problem is right now is no genre. They can rock to any genre right now. But back then, it was only like, hey, only rock. But now, everybody's listening to everything. So yeah, it was a great set. Of course, Davido was at the BET Awards as well. So,
yeah, so big or busy weekend for Afrobeat, if I do say so myself. When is the beat? I think it's today, right?
Yes, today. Okay. Yeah.
So there'll be some little arguments again when one of the big five wins. Anyways, let's get on to new songs this week. We have only 2 songs here. Speaking of Burna, let's kick off with him. Higher by Burna Boy. I'm not mad at this. Feels like one of those singles you just do. It seems like a good PR move. Not even mad at it at all. Crowd chorus. Not sure if it was Shea vibes I was hearing at the ending of the song, but I like it. Touching video too. I like what it did. Give back to your people, give back to your community. That's that kind of single for single sake. So yeah, not too bad. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I think it was okay. I don't think it's like I think it's like a hit single material. No, I just think it's just a song. Just, hey, let me just drop it.
Yeah.
And that's it. Pretty much. It's like almost like the Don Jazzy single. Remember when he had that Don Jazzy single?
Oh yeah, but I really like that single. I'm not going to lie.
So I know, that's what I say. What I'm saying is like it's just a single. It's just whatever. Like it would just live. Exactly, it would just live. I don't think it's like album single. It's just
anything. Yeah, I don't think so too.
Exactly.
I mean, if it takes off, it takes off. I don't think it was intended to.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So yeah, cool with it. Can't complain.
All right, can't complain too. Let's move to Ogechi remix, Boy P, Heist, Brown Joel, featuring Davido. Hottest song at the moment, I'd say. One day I was just like, what is this I'm hearing? Those songs you just be hearing like in the background somewhere and like, what was this one again? Then all of a sudden the song just started chasing me everywhere. Ogechi. I'm like, what is now? Everywhere I go, the bars, the social media, the guy holding his phone, everybody, and Davido has also jumped on it, so it should get bigger in a couple of weeks. Hit single is going to be one of those annoying singles that you're going to get annoyed because you're going to be hearing it everywhere. But big up these guys. I think I was making a joke that the single is going to be so big, and I really hope that they don't start fighting. One person will come and say, "Hey, they didn't send me the royalties. Oh, I didn't sign this. I didn't sign." Because at the end of the day, that's what happens. Then all these songs kind of take off. But yeah, shout out to these guys, man. Good single, if I do say so.
I mean, you were looking for, what was that stuff you kept asking? You kept saying, "Oh, where's the next unsigned act or like up and coming?" Maybe these might be the guys, man. Maybe someone from within this, within this single might be the guy. So I think it was, yes, like you said, Sometimes you just want to hear something new and someone new. And this is a hit single from someone. I wouldn't say someone. Some people, some people new. So yo, shout out to them, man.
Yep, shout out to them. Those were the only two songs we kind of like got into this week. What else? Let's skip into new albums. We have two for you guys. The one we didn't do last week, which there was no way we could have skipped this one. And we also have the surprise album Ikigai by Olamide. I love the title of this album. This is Olamide's 10th album, I think. 15 if you're counting his overall body of work. This album, let me just call it album because I know it's an EP, but I'll just call everything an album. So 7-song album, 20 minutes, I think. Apart from Sabri, the project features ex-YBNL members and current YBNL members. New Kid on the Block, Semzi produced 5 songs. Fields and Otis produced the rest. I love that Olamide is still doing what he loves. It seems like he's very passionate about this particular one because he's on social media pushing, on TikTok pushing. I think the album is cool, but I don't think it's for me. I think, again, Olamide is just someone that is suffering from my own personal preference of, Olamide with the rapper with the bars. So it's hard for me to get into this mature phase, this Kanye-like phase of, songs over bars where, just do songs and all the bars are lost. Because I just say, Yaga. I'm like, what? Good songs. Only 2 songs got me excited. I'm not going to lie. Uptown Disco with Ashake and Fireboy, and the Morowa with the one with the IK Dairo sample. As short as the EP is, I don't think I'm necessarily going to go back for spins. I've added the ones I want to add. But a lot of people seem to think it's a very good album. I'm seeing a lot of positive reviews, so I'm clearly in the minority here. So I don't know what to think, man. I don't know what to think.
So I'm like on the fence because I've given it a couple of spins. I like a lot of things more than I hate a couple of things. Okay. So that's another thing. It's like I understand where you're coming from. Like he's not hungry anymore, so he's not spitting. Those bars of this not a Yahoo boy. No laptop bar. Yeah. So exactly.
You don't get laptop, begin to buy laptop for people self. So
yeah, exactly, man. So now he's the how would you call it? He's the head on he's the Ikeja village right now. Yeah, so exactly. So at that point in time, man, you're just all right. Just all right. Now you're playing with accessories. So exactly. So now it's just like surface music. Nothing's that deep. It's just, I'm vibing. And, some of the vibes are nice. Uptown Disco, like you mentioned. Synchro System with the boys. I love Hello Habibi. I found it funny. Yes, Morowe and Machiavelli for me as well were also dope. So it's not too bad of a project. Like I said, I just, I'll listen to it till, I'm tired of listening to it. But as of right now, kind of sounds okay.
Okay. Kind of sounds okay for sure. I'm like, I don't know. So what do you guys think? Use the hashtag Afrobeats Weekly. Let's know your thoughts. That's the Ikigai review. It was a very short EP. If you guys listen, 20 minutes, you can fly by the time you walk around your house, you've already digested the whole project. So shout out Olamide anyways for still going. I know he said he's had to retire anyway. He was like, this is my last album, but and they were asking him a lot of questions on I think Twitter yesterday, and he answered a lot. We used to make music with Davido, so are the new guys is feeling, but like Taves and I think Shine TTW. So I go to his Insta, was answering a lot of questions, and I like the fact that he's kind of like promoting this one. He's very much out there doing TikTok.
Oh, he did say Olik was going to be around in December, so just in case.
Exactly. So, well, let's see when we get there because it's still July and all these things. But he did say so. In December. So if Olik is going to be around, that means Ashake is going to obviously fly by. Maybe that's the Ashake World Tour.
Okay, you get that.
Yeah. But it was how it go because anything only a hotel, you will not see my leg there. I'm sorry.
So why are you complaining then? How can you not complain?
I still want them to fly by Nigeria because it is. I might not be there, but I want you. I want you here.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Let's get into "Stubborn" by Victony. Anytime you hear "Another World," I think that's going to be a phrase that is synonymous with sweet music now. I love this album. "Stubborn" by Victony, 14 tracks, production of course by Kitizo, P2J, Gatin Jude, Blaze Beats, P Prime, 1995, and a couple of others. I know our producer Nana has input in this project, but I don't know what is I don't know what his input is with this Victor. I know it's in their camp somehow, so so shout out to you Nana for your input. I think all my album of the year contenders have had dope intros, and this one is no different. The album kicks off with Osha Pra Pra, Osha Pra Pra. I love that song. Yeah, the song with Tizo, Slow Down, is also one of my faves. Bastard Don't Be Silly, Street Affair, those are like up there for me. I think the only song I skipped on this album is the one with Charlie Poppy. I don't think he was needed on that song at all. Other than that, this is such a melodic album. I love it. Like I said, Victony has this way of singing and like dragging his words that only he can pull off and do it well. And he stays true to that, his Victony elements. And I think what we get is a fantastic album. I've been spinning this album since I got it. So shout out Victony. Dope album for me, man. Dope album.
Okay. Perfect review, and I think that being said, I can now crown the album of the year.
Okay.
Yes, we've had the girlies come through. They did their thing. You know, they held it down. But
high praises.
Victony Ebuka has decided that I am stubborn and number one belongs to me. This is a dope ass album. Sha Pra Pra, history. I know you say you know Charlie Poppy shouldn't be on it, but Victony alone carries Ludo for me, and like the hook is catchy.
So that's like he does it so well. Then the Charlie Poppy verse just comes in, and I'm like, what?
I don't care. Like I cannot. I do not care. Like I'm not even listening. Whatever Charlie Poppy is doing, that's his business on that song. But Victony has carried the song well enough for me to love it, and because I can't even skip it because like I love the secrecy of this album. Yeah. From Ludo enters my favorite song, which is Anita, and then again it's like from Anita to Risk is like back when, okay, I'll put it like in basketball terms. Back when the Splash Brothers were the Splash Brothers. Yes, it's literally that pocket right there is just literally he couldn't miss. Anita, everything. You remember what I said about everything when it first came out. So, and then Risk enters. Then it takes a little dive left, goes with St. John, the tiny apartment. We come back like so. It's not. You know how people like feature American artists, and you just like this just feels so weird.
Yeah, he did it so well. Yeah,
like the tiny apartment and Slow Down with Tizo, perfect, and then come straight back to Stubborn with Ashake, and from 10 to the end, from Kolo basically down to Street Affair. Sunday School is like melody mad
crazy.
Bro, come on. There's no skips on this album. What are we talking about? This album of the year. Let's stop it. Let's close the chapter right now. We're done.
Right. We're done. The chapter with crowning Victony Stubborn as album of the year. So if I'm correct, it has taken over Tyler for you, I guess.
Well, technically, Tyler was number one, but she had
Okay.
They all could fight for it, but now there's a clear winner. Nobody's fighting for it. No one is fighting for it. Nah, nobody's fighting for this.
All right. Show calls Victony Stubborn album of the year. What do you guys think? Use the hashtag Afrobeats Weekly. You can tweet at us directly to our Showontstop, who is Tunde. Let us know your thoughts. Let's get into the charts this week. A bit of scramble here and there, but coming up, climbing up the charts again, I think Poe, Ruga, and Buju at number 10. Staying on the same spot, Bahamas by Young John. Bad Vibes by Star and Shay Vibes. Staying on the same spot too. My Dealer, K-Star and Malay. Staying on the same spot too at number 7. Coming down one notch, Stubborn, Victony and Ashake. Instagram is also coming down. That's for Vibes Inc., Muyiz and Shay Vibes. Climbing up the charts, Ogechi, Brown Joel, Hot P, and Heist. No, it's not my Yoruba factor. It's H-Y-C-E. Heist. That's how he spelled it. It is. Dropping one notch. It's Double by Kiss Daniel, and climbing up one notch, like I said, this is Instant Street Song of the Year. Dealer by Ayomaf and Fireboy at number 1. Staying on the same spot is Shwalaman Remix, Titom, Yopi, and Burna Boy. So let's see what next week does. I think a lot of guys have started releasing. Olamide too said Ashake and Fireboy are coming for this summer, so it's going to be crazy for Afrobeats. Do you think it has dipped a bit from last year?
Do I think it has dipped a bit?
Yeah.
I don't think so. To be honest, I don't think so. I don't. It's just because last year we had a big record, a big album, and we had 2 big albums actually last year. We had Burna, we had Davido. So because the big guns were out last year, I don't think it has dipped.
Okay.
Just because the big guns were out last summer.
And again, the first half has not been too bad, has it? Because all the albums we were kind of expecting, they all delivered in their own way, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So that quality hasn't, just imagine the girls that were waiting for all of a sudden dropped and poor albums. That would say, okay, we've dipped. But the people that we anticipated, they're going to take off 2024, they did. They came to the party and they delivered. So I wouldn't say they dipped. And look at them, they're out and about. They're doing the shows. Everybody's seeing them out. So shout out to the man. Shout out to the new school.
Shout out to the new school. And I think with that, we can just get into your fives, because it kind of segues right nicely into what you're about to kick off as your 5. So over to you.
So basically we're half of the year done, and so a mid-year review is necessary. So this is my top 5 albums of the year, 6 months through the year. At number 5, I have Fumbi Love Lusts. Yes, call it an EP, seven, but whatever. It's a dope project. All songs, no skips. I'm just sticking to all songs, no skips right now. If you have skips, you can't make this list. Sorry. So Fumbi Love Lost makes it at number 5. At number 4, I have Tyler. Like I did say, Tyler is a pop, it's pop heaven. So Afro pop heaven, whatever you want to call it, that's what you want. The album delivers sonically and all. The only reason why I have it at 4 is because I feel like the rest of the other albums are more personal, and one is more Afrobeat than the rest. So it's there's depth in Our Stars. The year I turned 21, which is my number 3 album. So much depth. Watching her perform some of these songs, man, watching her perform some of these songs really blew me away. I know there's the song that you remember there was a song that you really didn't like, which was Control. And that's the song she kicked off her sets with. And it was just watching her perform that live. Yes, man. She kicked it off with Control, man. And it was mad. She did Commas. She did Last Heartbreak Song, which she flexed her vocal powers.
For sure.
She did well good with that. And at number 2, I have Born in the Wild. Again,
Born in the Wild.
anticipation and delivery is just something
Yeah.
that goes hand in hand. And Thames did that. It's like, we don't even care if the album is like 18 tracks long with 2 skits, which kind of makes it like 20, but delete those skits, whatever. And just with those 18 songs, she delivers on all those 18 songs for me. And yeah, the strong contender of album of the year as well. But
No doubt.
at the end of the day, this is Afrobeats Weekly, and we want who can give us that sweet vibes, that Afrobeat songs, those things that we love. And Mr. Stubborn does that very well with Victony. There's a victory for Victony. He's the victor. What else can I go with?
You don't try without the punchlines.
I've done it. Yo, man, trust me. Nothing, man. We can't. This, like someone said, and shout out to Boston for this. I said this is the best. This is the best. What I say? Like debut album from like an Afrobeat pop star, whatever R&B star, singer, however you want to call it, since Wande Cole's Mushinimo hits.
You guys, they praise this guy going. I think the album is dope, no doubt. I think it's dope.
I know. So again, I always put it into perspective into the fact that, look, we are in the popcorn era, streaming era. There's so many things that you can do and your albums can be wrong. Like there's so many things that you can do. Like, how do you want your album to live long? How do you want your album to stretch out?
He's perfect. Yeah, that's something I wanted to say. He and Olamide, I don't know if I should say Buju. They have this. You might not hear our albums everywhere. You might not hear it on radio. You might not, but you could just go check their streaming numbers, and you'll be amazed at what these guys are doing, and you'll be amazed that these guys are packing out shows in Europe and abroad. They just make music for their audience, and their audience has tapped in, and they make good music. So yeah, no doubt about that.
And that's it. Like, so I feel like sonically, this is the album. It's not chasing big. I always say like the feature, just from the feature, it's not chasing the big acts and chasing all the big sounds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just doing his thing, and this is a beautiful album. Another thing I really do like about him is that he knows how to sing about Bum Bum very well. So shout out to Victony, man.
He really does, man. Yeah, shout out Victony, man. High praises from Show, album of the year. I think it's a dope album. I think my album of the year is still between Thames and Ira. I've not really decided. But yeah, first half of the year, not too bad. All the guys have delivered. Second half of the year, Ashake is coming. Fireboy is coming. Pretty sure one of the big three is coming because Wizkid has been teasing the Mariah album too. So yeah, it's still a very great year for Afrobeats. And it's going to get better because we don't run out of music here. Let's get into Eliminate, and let's keep it Victony still. 8 songs doing battle. I have Colomental and Apollo. I think Apollo was the first song that really got me into Victony. Apollo Dale. Anyways, Colomental versus Apollo. What say you?
I have to go with Apollo.
Show is going with Apollo. He doesn't want to Colomental. So Apollo heading off. I have one of his favorite choruses of mine and my favorite Victony song, favorite chorus, Holy Father with Mayor and Many Men. That's the Colors performance, one of my favorite Colors performance. So Holy Father versus Many Men. What say you?
Holy Father.
Right. Holy Father mixing. And this one I made it hard for Show. This next round is his biggest song versus Show's favorite song, Soweto versus Everything.
everything day. Boom.
Alright. Show is going with his favorite song and not the biggest song. So we have a battle of the features. Bum Bum did different sides with Burner and Babylon with Pato Rankin.
I literally just said, he knows how to do what very well.
All right.
Yo, come on, let's focus.
All right, so semi-final rounds, Apollo versus Everything.
Everything day for
All right. Everything makes it to the final round. Now we have Different Size versus Holy Father with Mayo.
Yo, man.
So you're not going to pick. Let me tell you what I'm going to pick between. You're not going to pick between Jesus Christ or Bum Bum. So make your decision wisely. So Jesus Christ or Big Bum Bum in different sizes.
But let me just say something. I would say that they created everything. Who created everything? And if we created everything, we also have to honor all creations. And because of that, that being said,
right, let's be known that show chose Bum Bum over Christ. Anyway, let's get into the final round. We have Everything versus Different Size with Burner. On the final eliminates Victony edition.
Everything for you.
All right, that is clearly Show's favorite song. I also love the song. It's a very dope song. I love what they did with the chorus, bringing all those guys in. And there you have it. We have come to the end of another fantastic episode. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Afrobeats Weekly. We hope you enjoyed it. New episode of the podcast drops every Monday. Make sure to subscribe on the podcast on Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever you get your potting from. We would also love to hear from you. Use the hashtag Afrobeats Weekly. Write us, comments, suggestions. Send it to fanmail at afrobeatspod.com. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram on @AfrobeatsPod. We'll catch you in the next episode. Peace out, people. Peace out.
Peace.
Yes, sir.